Hello, everyone, and welcome to this section. It's my pleasure to introduce the next mentor to us, who is a trainer, a professor, and a thought leader in Microsoft space and tech space generally. We're honored to have you, Dr. Gom, and I would give the floor open for her to introduce herself. And I want to say a big thank you for joining us to be a mentor in this section where we're trying to introduce people to data and data analysis career. So I would leave the floor open to you, Ma.
Thank you so much, Julieth. Julieth, can you give me share access? I'm unable to share my screen.
Oh, you have your screen as well.
Yeah.
All right.
So, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's good evening for me. I'm not sure like which time zone you are, and happy to see you all here. And it's great to be a part of, like empowering women and everybody on Power BI as well as Excel. I hope you all are Excel experts. So, good morning. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Yes, I can share now. Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Juliet. And she already spoke about me, but I'll just take 1 minute to tell about myself. I'm Dr. Gomathi. I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional, Microsoft Certified Trainer, and Microsoft Certified Trainer Community Lead. I'm a Google for Education Certified Trainer as well. So this is me. I have empowered more than 10K plus learners, 14 plus years of experience I have as a trainer as well as a professor. And I have mentored more than 500 plus, rural women, women who want to come to the career, women who want to shift the career from some other role to data analytics role and all these things. And these are all the certifications which I hold. I hold nearly 9 plus certifications, starting from fundamental toward the expert certification as well as the applied skill certification. And these are the books which I have authored. And the right side, that's the GitHub Copilot, is my recent book, which is published 2 days before. This is a 1 week old PPT, so that's why it's showing available for pre-order. So it's published last 2 days before. That is on December 15th. And this is about GitHub Copilot. I haven't published. I'm just writing book on Power BI. I have to publish it soon. So these are all on my other side. Like being a trainer, I have to be ready with all the technologies. So this is what it is. And currently I'm mentoring ninth grade students on prompt engineering and AI. And just last like Monday, I have completed my She Powers BI, like data for her. I have initiated the mentorship circle for She Powers BI that is completely empowering women on Power BI. And these are the training and workshops I have delivered so far. If you want to connect with me, so I'll be sharing my LinkedIn profile maybe by towards the end of the session. So you can connect with me over there. So I'm just going to proceed further. Meanwhile, I'll be, is that like a DIY program? Like I'll be teaching, they will be doing with me, or how it is? They will just see and learn and they will do it after seeing the recording.
So you would teach and they will see it later.
Okay, they'll do it later.
They
Okay.
will do it
Uh,
later. It's not.
yeah. Got it. Okay, fine. So let me just start with, like Power BI. I hope you gave some context about Power BI. So anyhow, let me just give you that this is Power BI where we will use data to make it more meaningful and better decisions. Okay. So we are going to import and completely talk about, like Power Query Editor. So first let us understand why do we need Power Query Editor. So when your data is coming from various, like various data sources, your data may be from Excel, it may come from Excel, may come from, like database, it may come from, cloud. So your data may be from anywhere. This is what we call it as a data source. Okay. And these data are into Power BI. We have to get this into Power BI, but we are not sure that all the data are directly usable. Usable in the sense your data is clean and ready to, like show the visualization. Okay. So what we have to do is what? For this purpose, there will be a stage where we will do ETL. Okay. What is this ETL? Which means extract, transform, and load. ETL is what we call it as an extract, transform, load. So this extract, transform, and load is what when you are inputting your, data. Okay, 1 minute. I'm just opening my notebook. I've already opened it, but I don't know like where it went. I'll reshare my screen again. Yes. So you are extracting the data. This complete process, we call it as an ETL process. Okay, so first one is extract. So extract part, you will be getting the data from database or from a flat file or from the cloud. It may be from anywhere. This is what extraction talks about. And then it will go to transformation. So what is this transformation? Sometimes your data may be incomplete or it may be messy. You have to transform that to your required format. Okay, so this is where all this data will be properly cleaned and ready to use. And then you will be loading it into, like you can load it in the data warehouse or Power BI or anywhere. Okay, so we are going to talk about this transformation part in Power BI. Here is where our Power Query Editor comes into the picture. Okay, any queries till this point? If you have any questions, just stop me and ask, because only if you know where you should use Power Query Editor, it will be easy for you to understand how we are using it. Okay, any questions so far? Did you understand why do we really need Power Query Editor? Can you all comment? That will help me to understand like whether you are with me or you have any doubts, or if you want me to repeat again. So this will help me to understand better, because I hope you all are working with Excel. You are coming into Power BI, which you may have some start. Yes, I understand. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you, Emmanuel. And anybody, if you wanted to share your, even if you want me to repeat, just let me know. I am happy to repeat. Why do we need Power Query Editor? Thank you, Dharni. Yes, great. Okay, I'm just proceeding. So anyhow, in order to bring this transformation part, we need this extraction, right? We are going to get the data. So what is the data we are going to get is what this sample superstore data. Okay, I hope my entire screen is visible for you all. So this is the data which we are going to fetch it. Okay, so this you can see the first row of any data is considered to be the column name. Okay, this is your column name. This we call it as an attribute. Okay, and the second row, from the second row is what exactly your data. Exactly your data starts from the second row, which we call it as the observation, or your row, your data, anything it may be. Okay, so you can see here, this is your sales data, and you have nearly 3 tables here. Okay, these 3 sheets, if you have already worked with Excel, then these are considered to be sheet in your Excel. But here in Power BI, this orders is considered to be a table, this written is considered to be a table, and this people is considered to be a table. So each and every sheet is considered to be a table. Okay, so we are going to import this particular data into Power BI. If I'm going fast, let me know. I'll slow it down. I hope my pace is fine for you, right? Is anyone having trouble in understanding? Sometimes I may go fast. Just let me know in the chat whether is this fine. Following. Great. Thank you. So this is your Power BI. And since my data is Excel, I have to select this Excel. Okay, I should select this Excel. So click on this Excel and it will ask you where you wanted to connect with. So I'll be selecting my data. Okay, and click open. So now your data will be loaded into Power BI. It will show you a window. It will show you a window. Let us just wait for that. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Thank you. Thanks for acknowledging. Great. It's like I want, usually my training will be like I need lot of interaction. It should not be a radio jockey. I'm not a radio jockey, right? It should not be of broadcasting. I want something from you as well. So that's why I'm asking a lot of question in between. Please interact with me through chat. Even if you want to talk to me, you can unmute and talk to me. I'm happy to see you all talking to me. It is loading. Okay, let me just close this sample superstore so that let it load. Yes, it is showing multiple OLDB. Let me just try to open again because it's already open, right? Let me just open. Sample superstore. Now you can see that your data is open. So these are the three sheets which we have seen, right? Like we saw three sheets. This is order, this is people, and this is return. So let me select this. Okay. So if I select this particular thing, you can see that this is your snapshot of your data. Okay. So on the right side, you can see this is row ID, order date. Yes, this is fine. Okay. So far it is good. But if you select this people, let us just see if you select this people, what happens? It is showing column 1 and column 2. It's showing this as a column name. Okay. Now you may have a question. Why Gomathi? Let it be column 1 and column 2, right? Why should I deal with that? Why it should be like, actually, you all can see that the first, second row is what exactly the name of the column, right? The second row is the name of the column. That is person and region. But it is showing you column 1 and column 2. What happens here? Imagine if you have 50 plus rows. Okay, you have 50 rows. It is showing everything as column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5 till column 50. What happens? You cannot know, right, which column it is. And you cannot easily predict it. So that is why what we have to do is what? Always your column name should be properly assigned. Okay, which means that this particular table required a transformation. Okay, this particular table required transformation. And if you see returns, even this returns is also showing column 1 and column 2, where your second row is actually having your column name, that is returned and order ID. So your returns should also be transformed and your people should also be transformed into the proper column name. Am I clear? What we are trying to do, our column name is not properly entered, so we have to deal with that. Okay, this is what we are going to do. Not only this, only order is clean. Yes, order is clean, but we cannot say it is 100% clean because this row ID is not required for me. Why? Any idea? I don't need this row ID basically. Just think and let me know why this row ID is not required. Any guess? I have my row ID, right? This one is not really required. That is what my understanding. Yes, exactly. Order ID is there. Okay, we have for order table, we need only order ID. Okay, and you can see here, yes, I think few more are typing. Let me know why we don't need row ID. One best answer is yes, we have order ID. Okay, so someone is typing. Let me just give you the answer. So row ID, this is basically, we call it as a, what kind of key it is? Any idea? We have a lot of key, right? Primary key, foreign key, okay, candidate keys. Like we have a lot of key. This 1, 2, 3, 4, all these things we will call it as a surrogate key. Okay, just to mention that this is the first row, second row, just to have something, this is the first one, second one, they have added this row ID. Okay, we are not going to deal anything with this row ID. Whether this row ID can be used in any visual? No, we cannot use this row ID anywhere. So this row ID has to be deleted. Okay. Now again my question comes, why should I delete the unwanted rows? Why should I delete the unwanted column? Yes, I can tell you again. See, this is order details. Okay, this is your order table. For order table, your order ID should be unique. Okay, of course your order ID will be unique. Okay, even if I am, for example, if I'm going to purchase something to a store morning at 10 o'clock, my order ID will be, for example, my order ID will be 10. If the same person, if I am going to the same shop after 1 hour, my order ID will be different, right? Order ID is different. So you should have one primary key in your table that we have order ID. Okay, then why should we worry about this row ID? Can you understand? I think Emmanuel, did you understand what is my my conclusion for deleting the row ID? Row ID is simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a serial number. I don't want the serial number. I'm not going to use the serial number anywhere in my visual. Okay, so I'm planning to delete this row ID. My order ID is enough. Yes, great. Okay, so now, yes, it will reduce the meaningful analysis and we need to have a meaningful feature in your column. Exactly, Dharni, correct. So that is one thing. In our table, we have to reduce, we have to delete unwanted column and we should have only the meaningful column. But why should we delete it? Let it be there, right? Even though it is there, if we can avoid it during the visualization, no? We should not, don't use that during the visualization. Why should we delete it? I always delete it. But why? The question is why? Because this too comes into the transformation part. Okay. Though my row ID is properly named, this column is properly named. Okay. I don't want this row ID, so I will delete it. Why? Because this is simply a serial number. I will delete it. But why should I delete? Whenever you are loading your data into Power BI, it takes, like it will fetch the data and it will load it. It will decrease the performance. Your performance optimization starts when you import the data. Okay, if you delete the unwanted row, it will not take much space. So it is always good to delete the unwanted rows from your table. Okay, if I am deleting it from here, that will not affect your original file. I have my original file, right? This is my original file. When I'm deleting it there, it will not affect here. So it is always good to delete the unwanted rows. Unwanted rows. If you feel like this may be useful in my future, future thing, you can hide it. Okay, you can keep it with some other technique, but it is good. Yes, to increase your performance, it is always good to delete it. Got it? Yes. So this is the first thing. First thing, I have to check whether all my columns are properly named. Okay. Second thing, whether all the columns have proper data type. We will see all these things. And then you can see here if you want to do some more, like transformation. For example, the product name is very big. I don't want this biggest product name. Or in some any changes if you want to do, you can try it out there. Okay. So now I'm going to select this people as well as return. So you have to select it. Okay. In this checkbox, you have to select it. And then if you see down, you can see these options. Okay. One is load. What is this load? This will directly take your data to Power BI desktop. Okay. Power BI desktop is what you will be creating all your visualization. I think Julieth was showing you that, right? Like creating a KPI, some visuals. So this is particularly useful for visualization. Okay. Whereas if I select this, like this transform data, what happens here is what this will take me to the Power Query Editor. So what is this Power Query Editor? This is where exactly my data transformation will happen. Are you clear? These two, this one, like this will take you to Power BI desktop, and this will take you to the Power Query Editor. That is a different screen. It will take you to the different screen. Clear? Till this, any queries till this point? Anybody still have any doubt like why should I transform my data? Or what is the purpose of deleting all these things? I think I'm good to go. If you have questions, just stop me right here. Because this is very basics. Okay. Still following. Great. Thank you. I hope
Ma,
everyone are listening.
I
Yeah,
have a question,
please.
ma. Is the Power Query Editor, is it another app or is it within Power BI desktop too?
It is in Power BI desktop itself. It's in the Power BI desktop, but it will open in a different window.
Okay, ma.
So I hope even this Power BI Power Query Editor is also there in Excel. Okay. So once if you click on this transform data, it will immediately take you to the Power Query Editor. Okay, so I'm just going to click this transform data. Let us wait. It is loading my Power Query Editor here. So now you can see that how do you come to the conclusion that a data is unclean for each data you are given? How do you detect it for different data? I'll show you with the different data as well. Okay, Emmanuel. For my data, I could feel that, when I click that with the snapshot, I could feel that it is showing column 1, column 2. It has to be cleaned. It has to be proper. It should have a proper column name. Okay, and then I could see even this should have a proper column name, and in the order ID or anywhere if I wanted to do something, I'll be just anyhow. I always suggest all the data analysts to first go and cross check whether your data is ready to use. Okay, I'll also use in another data. I will show you with another data as well, Emmanuel. Let us just do the basic transformation here, and then I will import another data and I'll show you how to transform those things as well. I hope that's fine, right? I'll show you that. So now let us do the basic transformation. Okay, great. So let us do the basic transformation here. So what I'll do, I'll just go and click on this people first. If I click on this people, you can see that I have column 1 and column 2. So you have two options to do it. The first easiest option is what? If you just, this is your Power Query Editor. You can see this is one window, okay, Power Query Editor window, and this is your Power BI desktop. Okay, so now let me just select this Power Query Editor. And on the top, you can see you have a lot of option: transform, add column, view, tools, everything. So let me just select on this home tab. And in the home tab, you can see there is an option called use first row as headers. Okay, it's very simple. Just to click on that, use first row as header. You can see that automatically the first row has been transformed to your header and your column 1, column 2 has been deleted. Have you all noticed that? It's very simple, just a simple clicks. What it happened is what? It immediately changed your first row as a header. Any queries so far? Did you see? Did you notice that? It's a very simple clicks, right? I did a simple click. Okay, and then you can see here, since I have just changed this, like one single click, you can see here that it is showing your in the right side, you can see some applied steps. Okay, whatever the thing which you are changing, you can find those changes happening here. So what happens? It shows promoted header. Okay, yes, clear. That's great. Okay, so what happens? Let me just select this applied steps first. So here you have source, navigation, change type, all these things, right? whatever I am doing, you can find the changes here. Again, I am going to the returns table. Okay, click there. You can see that this is column 1, this is column 2, this is your returned. So it's very simple. Go to home tab and then you can select here use first row as headers. Simply select this. You can see that your first row has been changed. Now, this is one way. As I told, there is another way, right? So I'm just, if you want to undo this, okay, whatever the changes I did, I don't want the changes, I want to undo it. So I can just simply close this, okay, just to select this one. Your previous, like will be, you can see the data is undone, like whatever the transformation you have done is undone. Okay, so what I can do, madam, if I didn't use this use first row as header, the second option is you can keep your mouse cursor on the particular column, double click on that, and you can type it. Okay, returned. You can double click order ID, type it, and then now you have to delete this returned and order ID, right? Okay, what you have to do on the same home tab, you can see there is an option to remove rows. Okay, you have to remove the row because this is my first row, right? You have to remove the row, this row. Remove rows, and you can just simply select remove top rows. Okay, just select remove top row and then just give 1 because I wanted to remove only the first row. And then click OK. Your top row will be removed and you can see this is your output. So you have 2 ways to do it. Can you tell me which is the easiest way? I showed 2 ways, right? Yes, sure, Peter. I will again let you know. 1 minute. So this is your previous one, right? This is your previous data. Just to simply select this use first row as headers. Okay, just click on this use first row as header. Your data will be changed. Your first row will be converted into the header. Clear? Did you see that? Do you want to know, see the second? Yes, that's correct. The easiest way is what? Go to the home tab, make the first row as header. This is the easiest way. Peter, did you see how we changed the first row? Do you want to see the other way or you understood the other way? If you want me to show you the other way, just let me know. Great. Yes, that's great. Okay, so now our data is cleaned, somehow cleaned. Okay, let us just go back to your orders table. Okay, and here you can see we have the row ID. I wanted to delete this row ID as I said. Okay, so I have to select this particular column and then go to the home tab. There you can see remove columns. Okay, just click on that and remove the column here. It will be removed. It's very simple. This is one way of removing your column, or else you can right click here. Right click on that particular column and then you can see remove other column. You can select remove. Okay, just select remove. Your column will be removed. If you feel like, no, I need this data, yes, you can keep it. But if I don't want this data, so I am removing it. Clear? Any queries till this point? If you want me to repeat, you can let me know. I can repeat. If you are fine with that, I'll just try to go ahead to the next step. And then I will try to import another data and I'll show you how to, like work with that. Great. Excellent. So now I wanted to import one more data. Okay, so how will I import one more data? It's very simple. Just go ahead here on the top. you can see that you have in the home tab, you have new source, right? Just click on this new source. You can see you have a lot of connections. Just click on this Excel workbook. I'm going to import Excel workbook because other things require a lot of, like lot of things, lot of settings. So I'm just going ahead with this. Okay. So I want to select the data here. Let me just go ahead and select a different data. So I'll be using this data connection practice. Okay. Here you can see you have these data. Now this is very challenging one. Okay. So what happens here? You can see that there is null value. Okay, this is also another type of data where you can see that your data is messy. I hope I am coming to the question which is asked by Emmanuel, right? So you can see here, you can understand that this one is messy. Okay, this you have null value. We cannot do a proper visualization with the null data. Got it? We cannot do any proper visualization with the null data. So I'm going to select this product table here. And then if I click on this geo table, you can see that the data is not proper. I'm just going to select the geo table as well. Okay. So now I want the, I'll just click OK. Now what happens? Your product and geo table will be imported. Okay. Now you may have a question, why I should not directly use this in my visualization? Any question like that? Why should I not directly, or you are clear with that? Are you clear? Are you understanding that I cannot use this kind of data directly into my visualization? I should not take this to visualize in the Power BI desktop. Hope that is fine, right? Because it won't give you a proper visual at all. Okay. So now we wanted to change all these things. Yes, exactly. It reduces the meaningful analysis, and with column 3 and column 4, and if it has a lot of null value, you cannot see a good data. You cannot find a good data, you cannot find a good interpretation, you cannot find a good intelligence from that. So it is always good to do a proper thing. Yes, this data is not a proper format. We need to do a proper meaningful analysis. Great. So now let us go ahead and deal with this product table. Okay. So in this product table, you can see product ID is fine. Product, actually this is your product Abbas MA01, and here this is a season name, right? This is a season, in which season it is coming in. So if you just click on this drop down, you can see what are all the things which you have. All season, this is a selected season, this is productivity season. So it is showing some season name, but why it is there in my product column? Sometimes if I wanted to visualize the if I want to visualize the data based on the season, how many what is the price, which in which season I'm getting maximum price, or maximum data is sold in which season. So in that case this will not work out. Okay, which means that I wanted to split this particular season, this particular into a separate column, and the product into a separate column. Are you clear with understanding the season? Why should it separate this? We have to separate this, right? Yes. You have to create a new column for the season. This is, see, you can find this one, right? So this one needs to be separated. How it needs to be separated? This Abbas MA-01 should be one column. That is actually the product column. And this all season should be a separate column, which is a season column. But this both are combined in a one single column. So we have to separate it. Got it? So what we are going to do here is what? First, let us see how to separate this. So you have two options to do it. One is you can use split column. In the home tab, you have split column. Okay. Yes, is anyone needs any question? Have any question? Okay. So here you have split column. Just click on this split. You have a lot of option. Okay, by delimiter, by number of character, by position. Okay, so let us just go ahead with delimiter. In further future sessions, if I have time, like I will explain everything to you. Let us go ahead with the delimiter first. Okay, because what is the delimiter here? Can anyone tell me what is a delimiter here? What is the delimiter in this particular, like Abbas MA hyphen 01 all season? Yes, we have to split this piping symbol. Okay, we have to split this piping symbol because this piping symbol is what separating your product and the season. Excellent. But you should know what is the delimiter. Okay, so here the delimiter between this Abbas and MA is what the space. Even space is considered to be a delimiter, which is limiting your one word and another word. Okay, it can be a space, it can be a hyphen. Here this hyphen is it is separating your MA and 01, right? If it is MA 01, then there is no delimiter. MA hyphen 01, the hyphen is the delimiter. MA space 01, space is the delimiter. Okay. So according to this particular column, you have three delimiters. One is the space, second one is this hyphen, and third one is this piping symbol. We call it as a piping symbol. My kids used to call it as a standing line. Okay. So you have these three different delimiters. Now we have to separate it based on this piping symbol, because this piping symbol is what separating the product name and the season name. Are you all clear till this point? What is the delimiter here and what delimiter we have to separate it? We have to use it to split two columns. Are you all fine? Yes. Perfect. So now we are going to do what? We are going to delimit it. So go to the split column and click on this delimiter. By delimiter, this one you have to select, and it will ask you, see, once if you open this, it is showing hyphen, because even hyphen is a delimiter, and which is what showing us the first delimiter according to your text. So it is showing hyphen. Now we have to change it to piping character. Okay, you can find the piping character above your enter key, right? You have an enter key. Above the enter key, you can see the piping symbol. Okay, just enter piping symbol, and then you can just click OK here. Okay, just click OK. You can see that now you have two column. Your one column is separated into two column, that is product point 1, product point 2, which is this is the one and this is the second one. Are you all clear till this point? Yes. Now tell me what we have to do. Everybody, what is the second thing which we have to do for this particular segregated column? Think as a data analyst and tell me. I believe that we are all by birth we are all a data analyst. Okay, we have some data analyst brain. We have that brain. Every human being is a data analyst, but we have to enhance the skill with lot of these tools to bring it out. Okay, I'll tell you an example why we are all a data analyst. Okay, towards the end of the session. Yes, very good. You have to update the column name, product and season type. Excellent. So how you will update it? Double click here, double click on this and make it as product name. Okay. This is one way to rewrite it. Second one is you can right click on that particular column and click on this rename. You have this option called rename. Okay, right click and click rename, and you can make it as a season. And the next thing you have to see is what the data type, what type of data it is. Okay, what type of data? It is a string data. So this is correct. As of now, it is perfect. We can go ahead. Shall we proceed to the next one? Is that clear as of now till this point? Okay. Someone is typing. If you want me to repeat, just let me know, because this is a very essential and basic transformation. I'm talking about very basic transformation. Okay. Now you can see that the category, it is showing, see, this one is what the perfect, like perfect indication of how your data is. You can see that if it is showing full of green color, which means that your data is complete. Okay. If it shows green and gray color, which means your data is not complete. Complete in the sense you have some duplicate data or null data, or it's not a good data. Like, you have to work on it. Another way to see that is what, just go to the view. Okay. And then you can see you have two options. There is column quality and column profile. So if you select the column quality, you can see that this category is having only 3% of valid data, but 97% of empty data. Okay. So if you just click on this drop down, just click on this drop down, you have these options, right? Mix, rural, urban, youth. Also you have null, but you have 97% of null. The problem here is if you have one or green for complete. Yes, exactly. So if you have, at least one or two rows of null data, you can delete it based on your on how many number of rows you have. One or two, I'm not talking about percentage. I'm talking about only one row or only two rows, you can delete it. But in our case, we have nearly 97% of null data, so we cannot delete. Okay, we have to deal with that. Okay. Whole number. Yes, you are talking about the product ID, right? But here we don't have any any other ID to, as a primary key. So we should not delete it here. Dharani, your understanding is good, but according to this particular table, I don't have any unique key. Okay, you can see that this one, the product table is really required. And yes, you can think about the product name, which is like a product. This we can have it as a product ID. If you are making this as a product ID, we can delete this. But in other, we have other tables, right? We have to also check that. Okay. I'm just proceeding further. So this one category, we are going to deal with that. Okay. So what one thing I can do is what, if it is a number, we can do mean median mode. Something we can try to find the mean or median and try to fix it up. Okay. Now this is a string. So how can I do that? You have an excellent option in Power BI. Okay. You have one thing called transform, right? On the top, you have transform. Select the particular column and go to transform. Okay. In this transform, you have an option called fill. Okay. Just click on this fill. You have this option down and up. Okay. What is this down? It will find the first possible value, first available value. So if it is finding mix first, what it will do? It will fill all these null value as mix. Okay. If we scroll down, then it is seeing there is a rural. It will fill all this null value as rural. This is what down means. Okay. If it is up, what happens? It will first go and see here you have rural. So it will fill the above value as rural. Okay. Now I want to do down. So what I will do? I will go to the transform. I will click on this fill and I will make it as fill down. Now you can see that your entire null data has been changed to a proper data, and you can see that your category is showing valid. There is no empty and you have a proper data here. Are you all clear? Did you find it easy? Any questions? I'm just passing here. Just let me know if you have any questions. Great. Okay, you want to know why I decided to change? Because if it is not changed, let me just show you if it is not changed, what happens. Okay, I'm just deleting this. 1 minute. So you can see here that we have a null value. Okay, what happens if you are having this null value? I will show it. Okay, I want to know why you decide to change it. My network went off then. Yeah, it's not clear. Okay, again I'm telling you, let us have this data. Okay, it is null. You have a null value, right? You have null, you have mix. I'm going to use the same data in my Power BI. Okay, so let me just show you what happens if I am using the same data in Power BI. So what I will do is, 1 minute. Let me delete the other tables because I don't want to see the other tables. It will take a lot of time to load. Okay, I'm just deleting the other date table. 1 minute. Okay, so I'm going to load this table and I want to show you what happens if it is a null. Okay, so if you click on this close and apply, okay, just click close, close and apply. I will show you what happens if you are visualizing this particular data in Power BI with null values. Okay, it is loading. Now, let me just show you. You have this product table, right? Okay, I wanted to see the, like product, what is that? It's a null value is in which column? Sorry, I missed it. 1 minute. Null value is in, okay, so you can see here is in a category. Okay, null value is in the category. So if I wanted to visualize the category table, okay, I am trying to visualize this category table and see what happens if I'm trying to visualize this category table. Okay, so you can see that this is showing blank. Can you show this particular visual to your manager or your stakeholders that I have blank category with this much value? Are you clear now? Why should I deal with the null value? So this is why you have to deal with the null value. So if I'm showing this blank and it shows that blank, yes, we cannot do that. Okay, now I wanted to transform this. So how should I transform? Just go to the transform data, click on this transform and click this transform data. It will take you there. Now I cannot go and manually fill everything, right? Because I have 97% of null data. And you can see here that you have only 1000 rows. Out of 1000 rows, if you even consider 500 rows have null value, can you go and do it manually? No. So what I will do, I will fill it up with the exact matches which I have. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll go to the transform, click on this transform and try to use this fill. Okay, just click this fill and click this fill down. Now let us go and try to visualize this. Okay, go back to your home, close and apply. Click here, close and apply. Right, click here, close and apply. Now you can see that your visual is changed. Can you see? Your visual is urban, now rural, youth and mix, and it is showing some proper visual for you. Are you clear now, everybody? Why we have to deal with the null value? Yes. So we deal with the null value as well. Clear. Perfect. Okay. The last one, the last transformation, I don't want to overload you. I'm feeling that usually we used to take this. If you are trying with me, it will take 2 hours for you to try and for me to explain. But since you are all listening very actively, I'll just show you one more changes what we can do it. Okay. And you can see here that your price, what is this price? This should be in number data or a string data. Can anyone answer? Price should be in which data type? Whether it should be a number, decimal, or it should be a string. I hope I am clear. it needs to be number. Very good. This price should be in a number data type. Why this price should be the number data type? For example, I wanted to show what is the cost of a price per category or price based on season, highest price. It should be the number. Okay, if you wanted to show that who got above, like 50 marks or 100 marks, it needs to be a number. It should not be a string. But here it is a string. Okay, why it is a string? Because it has USD. USD is a string value. That is why it is showing you as a string. Okay, so why should I change a string proper? It is like a string, right? Why should I change? For example, if I want to see category wise price of the product, so what I will do, I will select the category and price. But if I select the category and price now, it will just show like this. It will not show me as a proper visual. Okay, because I have USD here. Clear? Why we need a price column to be a number? This is what the reason. Here the price column is not as a number. It's a string. It is showing as a string. Any doubt why we need a price column as a number? Are you all with me? Or if it is if you feel like this is overloaded, just let me know. I will stop it here. We can continue maybe in the next session. No doubt. Okay. So let me just go back to the only we can, yes, exactly. Only then we can go ahead with the visualization. So what you have to do, you have to go and transform the data. Click transform. This is what you have to note. First, you can see that the price column is in ABC, which is a string, right? So now I wanted to change this. Okay, for this, don't go with the splitting the data, because anyhow you can split it. Okay, you can split USD and 412 as a separate one, but I'm going to show you a different technique. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click add column. So in the add column, you can see there is a custom from examples. Okay, click on custom from examples and select from selection. Okay, custom from examples and select from selection. Now you can see that you have a new column coming up here. So I have to enter this 412.13. This is the first one, right? First entry. I will just type here 412.13, and if I press enter, your column now is having all the numbers. You can see the second entry is 329.78, 329.78. Third one is 963.38, 963.38. Fourth is 820. So it will automatically fill all the entries without this USD. Okay, without this USD, it will fill all the values here. Your original column will be there and it will create another column for you. Just click OK. Now you have to go and change the column name. Okay, and then you have to change this data type. Okay, so how to change this data type? Click on this ABC and select this ABC. You can see other data type available here. Make it as a decimal number. Okay, select this decimal number. Now you can see that your sales price is in decimal number. Now we are going to save this, close and apply. Now if you just go ahead, and delete this price, you have this price, right? Delete this price and then just add the sales price, and you can see the magic here, how it is showing up now. Clear? Clear why we should have a proper data type. Okay, this is a basic transformation. Whatever I showed is all are the simple steps for the transformation. Okay, there are more than this. We have a lot of transformations available, but Power BI will not support advanced transformation exactly for the proper visualization. Okay, I am just stopping it here. I'm revising, like I'll be telling you what we have discussed so far. And then if you have any questions, we will just open up for the question. Okay. So the first thing we have started with what is Power Query Editor, what is data transformation, and what is ETL. In that ETL, where exactly the Power Query Editor comes into the picture is during the transformation. And once you are trying to transform something, like you have to ensure that your data are properly in a proper place to visual it properly. So when you are trying to visualize this data properly, you have to go ahead with the Power Query Editor. As a data analyst, it is always good to go ahead and check for whether your data is clear. Even if it is, you feel like, yes, my data is clear, it is always good to just go ahead and check, like whether all the data types have um, a proper data type, whether it has a proper column name, and all these things. It is essential for you to understand that. Okay. And then we discussed about, like how to do the basic, making the first row as a header. And also we discussed about, like how to make the um, how to split the data, how to split the columns into multiple columns, how to change the data type. Why should we remove the unwanted columns for the better, for the better better load, data load, and the better performance, and all these things which are really essential for any data analyst. Okay. So as of like as I told you that towards the end I will tell you we are all a data analyst. I'll just tell you why we are all the data analyst. Okay. So usually for during, like whenever we wanted to wake up, we will keep an alarm, right? Okay. How many of you will set alarm for every 15 minutes once? For example, you will have a snoozing, right? If I want to wake up by 5 o'clock, I will start my alarm at 4:30 or 4 o'clock, and then I will keep another alarm by 4:30 and then another alarm by 5 o'clock. Yes. How many of you will keep multiple alarms or multiple snoozing? Yes, we will do that. Everyone, we will do that. Why we are keeping it? Because we know that we will not wake up in one alarm. Okay. This is a basic data analysis of about ourselves. We know that we will not wake up by us, like we know one alarm. So we will set at least 2 to 3 alarm. Sometimes we will also say our, like our relate, like our spouse or our kids to wake me if I'm not waking up early. So this is the basic thing for analysis. And you can see that when you are crossing a street, if you are suddenly noticing a new store coming up, you will see, hey, this store was not there yesterday, but it was now today it's there. So this is the data analysis, because you are going there every time. Suddenly, if you are seeing something new, you will understand that. You can easily find that, right? So by birth, we are all a data analyst. Okay, believe that. The only thing is what the triggering factor you need. You have to just, yes, we do monthly budget prediction in advance. We don't even need a calculator. We will do it in our brain itself, right? Okay, this is what my salary will be. So this is how we can spend. This is what we can save. All these things we will do it. So this is what we are all by birth. We are all a data analyst. If you want to become a data analyst, just to have some more sprinkles and like add-ons into it, you will definitely become one in like maybe within a year or within 2 years. And thank you so much, Julieth, for the wonderful opportunity. Now it's open